Hello guys, this is Becca, and I have a little something I want to share with you. I'm sure I am late for the date. I'm sure I am late. I'm sure some of you have already done this, but I just thought about it the other day when I was going through so many envelopes of junk mail. I thought, hey, I can use that. So these little cards like this that you get in the mail, that they're constantly sending you in the mail, just different little cards like this that's folded over, that just goes in the trash because you don't use them, you don't order, you just have a bunch of these. Well, I was going through envelopes and throwing things away, and I, as you can see, have quite a few of these. So it dawned on me, hey, you can make cards out of that. I know I'm late to the game. But I just thought of it, and I've not seen anybody else do it. I know you could take just a plain sheet of cardstock and make you a card base, but hey, why use your cardstock when you have junk mail that you're just going to throw away? So, what I decided to do was make some cards, which I will show you these in a little bit. But let me show you how to make a card using one of these cards that comes in the mail that you're just going to chunk. So first off, you want to make sure you got the side that's the shortest, because see, it's a tad bit, this back side's a tad bit longer than the front side. Let that be the front of your card. It's usually perforated, is that how you say it, where you can tear this off? So you want to reinforce that. So lay your card where it's face down. Okay. First, then, before you do that, decide, just use some scrap papers, scrapbook papers, just pieces that you have laying around that you really don't know where you'd use them, because they're small pieces or whatever. So decide which ones you're going to use. So I've got this silver with little polka dots on it. I have this striped, and then I have this like it's a grid sheet that I decided I was going to use on this piece. Also, I have this. This was a weekly planner that I was using. It's just individual sheets, and I was using this at one time for my planners back in 2024. But the back side is white, so I'm going to be using that. So that's the pieces of paper I'm going to be using. Now, pick you out a roll of washi tape that will go with the papers that you've picked. So here are my papers, and I've picked out this washi tape to go with them. Okay, so now I'm going to take my card that's folded, but I'm going to open it up where it will be face down, like the inside of the card is going to be face down. Okay, I'm going to take me some glue. I'm just going to use stick glue, and right where that perforated place is where it tears off, I'm going to give it some glue. I'm going to take my washi tape, and I'm going to let it hang over on both sides and put it down over that. Cut it off right here. Take and fold this over. Wonder if I can get that back up. It's got a wrinkle in it. I can straighten it out better. Yep. That's one good thing about washi tape. Alright, I got the wrinkle out of it. Now, this is the inside of the card. This is the outside of the card. So turn it over and score the edge. So that washi tape can be scored to the bend of the card. Now, decide which color you want for the front of your card. Measure the front of your card. And the way I measured my card was I opened it up, opened up my trimmer here, and I put right where it's folded on the cut line. No, I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to put where it's folded right on the cut line to see how long across my card is. And this one is 3.5 inches across. But I want my paper just shy of that. Now I'm going to see how long my card is. So I'm going to put it right here. It's 5 inches long. So it's 3.5 by 5 inches. That's the front side. Now your back side is going to be just a tad over 3.5 because it's longer. So I cut me a piece of paper. It was 3.5 by 5. I cut my paper at 5 and at 3 1/4. I cut my paper at 5 by 3 1/4. Now you can take this and glue this on here where it touches the top, but it's just shy of the edges where the washi tape will show. And with that being white, if I wanted to do it on here like this, I would turn it this way. So why did I do that, you ask? Because this side is white right here on the edge. This side has pink right here on the edge. So I want that where it would be pink and then white. But that's just my preference. You know, it's according to what kind of paper you're using, how you would want to place it on here. But you see, this is the way I have done my other cards with just one layer on top. But I want to go a little bit further with this one. I'm going to take my card and I am going to do this with it. And I'm going to lay this silver. Do I want the silver on top? Or do I want this on top? I think with the silver on top, whatever I decorate it with will shine out more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some liquid glue. Since this is 2 thick pieces of paper, I'm going to use some liquid glue here and put it only where this paper will be on top, you know, be covering it. And I am going to put this paper right here. I'm going to take my little scoring spatula thing here and just get the air bubbles out, spread that glue around. Okay. All right. Now, see, I try to do things where I have less work. So instead of measuring and cutting out that piece, I just went ahead and glued it on there. Now I'm going to take this and turn it over. And I'm going to trim around the edges so that silver piece won't stick out any longer or wider than the other piece. Okay, now I'm going to take my glue, and I'm not going to go all the way to the edges on the two sides, but I am at the top and the bottom. Okay, place my card on top here, or my paper on top of the card. Make sure I got it even at the top. Now, take my spatula, score tool, whatever you call it. What did I do with my... I can never keep up with my towel. Okay. Now, this is kind of plain, but, you know, you're going to put a sticker or a die cut or something on top, and it'll make it look better. But that's the front. Then you have your back like this. So what you do is, this is 5 up and down, 5 long. You want to find out how much it is. So you're going to put this right at the edge, put that on the score mark there to see how long this is. This here is 3 5/8. So what I did was I cut mine at 5 by almost 3 1/4. It's in between the 1/2 and the 1/4. Not quite 5/8. Oh, I mean 3/8. But that's for the back, because you want it just a tad shorter, you know, more narrow than your card. So here we go. Here we got this piece. We're gonna put glue everywhere except for right to the edge of. We want to leave a little space where the washi tape is, because our card don't go all the way to the edge there. We want it to the edge here and here. So now I got to pick it up to see. Make sure I got it even. Take my spatula and spread that glue out under there good. Okay, where's my towel? Well, I dropped it. Now, there's my card. That's the front. I'm going to find something to put on the front, because it looked better in my mind than it does now that I got it on there like that. So I've got to put something on there to make that look better. But I'm going to show you my other cards anyway. But that's the back. That's the front. Now, for the inside, I am going to take this piece of planner paper that I have used previously. Since it's thin paper, I'm just going to use my stick glue, and I am going to get glue all over this card everywhere on the inside of the card. I'm going to put this right here to the edge, like that. Make sure it's at the edge right there. Get all the air and bubbles out. Okay, I'm I'm going to turn my card over and I am going to trim the excess of this inside paper off of my card. Now it's got to be folded, so we're going to take our little score thing. We're going to make sure we got that crease there good, and then we're going to pull this, any air bubbles, because you're folding it, you know, the paper needs to shift a little bit because there's a fold there. So we need to get all the air bubbles out. And there is our card. That's the inside, that's the back, that's the front, but I'm not happy with it because of the paper I chose. So to see what we can do to make it look better, let's see what we can put on here. I always need like little note cards. Just something that when I send someone something, I have a note card I can jot down, you know, jot something to them, a thank you or whatever. So let's see. I have that. Or this one. Oh, that one's pretty. I didn't know I had two there. That one's really pretty. I like that. I like that one. But I do like the owl. But I like that too. Let's go with the rose. The others are owls. I really like this one. She's got a rose, or he's got a rose, or whoever it is has a rose on their hat. Do I like that one? Or I have these smaller ones. This one says Paris. Look at here. Look at there. That's the one I want right there. Easter's coming up. Who knows? I might send someone a card. Now, do I want it straight? Do I want it cocked a little bit that way? Or that way? Or straight? Do I want it down here like this? I like it in the middle of that right there. And I think I like it straight better. Although I do like it that way too. I don't like it over that way so much. That way's cute. But I think I'll put it straight. It's pretty thin. Well, let me go ahead and go with wet glue. Because of this being shiny, I want the wet glue. We're going to glue this down. There we go. Now, I have used, to make my card, I've used junk mail. I've used scrapbook paper. I've used an old calendar sheet for the inside. And put some washi tape to reinforce that right there. And there's me a little note card that I can just jot a note to someone when I send it to them. Just jot them a little note. How about that? I like that. I like that. I'm using up things, scraps and things, instead of breaking into a whole sheet of cardstock to make a card. I've used all scraps and junk mail. So we got that one. Now I made 3 others. This was the first one I made. This is a color sheet that I colored, and I trimmed it down to fit exactly on the front of the card. I put just green cardstock, scrap pieces cardstock I had for the back, and I put some white paper. It was just scrap white paper. It wasn't a piece of that calendar, that planner paper. It was just a piece of copy paper that I had a scrap piece of. I glued it on for the inside. That was the first one. I believe this was the second one, where my card that I cut out, I cut it just shy where it would show the undercard. I didn't put any paper covering. I just used whatever was, on the card. You can see it's white here, and then it changes colors here. I just made my card to be just a tad smaller all the way around for the front. Got my washi tape here. I put this piece on the back. It fits exactly, except for just a little bit shy of the bend there. And then white paper. I actually cut this paper just a little shy of the inside of the card, so it would show around the edges of the card, the color. And I can embellish the front of this if I want to, it being this type of, now this one I wouldn't, because that's, to me, embellishment enough for that one. I might add a little sticker or something on this one. Now this one here, I probably won't embellish the outside of it, because of it's a color sheet I did, and it's got glitter. It's a raised glitter sheet in different spots. I cut it shy where it fits evenly on 3 sides, but it shows a little bit of the washi tape over here. Then I put this paper for the back. I cut it where it would just show a little bit of the washi tape but fit flush around the edges. And again, the white paper on the inside. This one I fit where it meet evenly on the top and bottom, but I cut it where it's just shy of meeting the edges on the sides. And I have me 4 cute note cards using just scraps. I didn't have to cut into any one, any new sheets. I didn't have to cut into new cardstock to make my card base. Just all scraps and junk mail right here, and a sticker on one of them. So I wanted to share that with you. So the next time you get junk mail and you're fixing to throw it away, and you see these cards like this, think about using them for your card bases. They make very good card bases. I don't normally make cards. Y'all know my thing is coloring and diamond painting. I hardly ever make a card. I don't know if I'll ever get around to finishing these. Just these that I kept out this one time, because I'm not a card maker. But this did come to mind, and I wanted to try it out. I tried out different techniques. I found out I don't like it where it's flush completely on all edges, the top card. I like it to be just a little shy where the washi tape is showing. It was kind of like a little learning experiment for me, and on top of that, I've got me 4 note cards that I can use to send out if I send anyone anything in the mail. All right, I wanted to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk with you later. Bye.